All right, people, let's have a chat. Let's have this chat. It has to be had. Manchester City 0, Southampton 2, and I don't think I have seen such a poor collective Manchester City performance under Pep Guardiola ever. I think that might be the worst collective display I have possibly ever seen under Pep Guardiola. And listen, I get it's the Carabao Cup and the being ejected from the competition and not going into semi-finals. That's one thing. That's one problem. I do like the Carabao Cup. You know me. If you watch these videos, you know I like the Carabao Cup. Leaving it is not the big problem here. The problem is the overall performance. It's the selection in the first half from Pep Guardiola. It's the fact that we had basically our strongest starting 11 available right now on for most of the second half and still created absolutely nothing. It was a shambles of a display. I don't know what Pep Guardiola was thinking playing Kyle Walker centre half. Cancelo and Gomez too, inverting attacking fullbacks. It doesn't work. I'm sorry. I have to say it about Sergio Gomez right now. He's not good enough. Send him to Melbourne. Send him to Girona, send him wherever the hell you want to send him. He's not good enough to play for Manchester City. Technically, I thought he was decent. I'm going back on it. I don't think he is. Defensively, he's not good enough. Foul throws. A professional footballer conceding foul throws, both of them for that matter. Cancelo too, nearly the big 30 years of age, and he's conceding foul throws. That display was absolutely shambolic. I think we had one shot on target. With the creative outlets we had on the pitch, we should be able to create more than one shot on target. Cancelo has been absolutely crap since the return of the World Cup. I love Cancelo. And when he's playing with confidence and he's playing at his best, I think he's one of the best fullbacks in world football in an attacking sense. Defensively, there's always been question marks over him, and he is a massive, massive reason as to why we conceded our second goal. The second goal that they scored, it'll go down as one of their most famous goals. I would assume they'll love that goal, long range. But I'm sorry, Cancelo stepping forward, allowing the man to get the ball, pass it on, and what on earth is Stefan Ortega? What is he doing? What in God's name is he doing at the penalty spot when they're deep in our half in an attacking position? What is he thinking? What is it with us and second string goalkeepers in cup competitions? They seem to just drop stinkers. You look at the Zach Steffen guy last year. He did the exact same thing. And now you're looking at Stefan Ortega doing it. I don't know what to think. Walker out of position, it doesn't work. He was too square. He didn't know where to be. He didn't know what he was doing. He looked uncomfortable. And considering he plays a sort of a centre-half role sometimes, or a back three, whatever you like, right of a back three for England, I thought, okay, maybe it could work. But then after seeing the way he played in the first half, I was thinking, hang on. Ake and Akanji are both on the bench. Why didn't you go with Laporte and one of them? Why didn't you go with one of them? The defence was all over the place. All over the place. I've been perfectly happy with our attacking outlets all season. I'm saying, right, we're creating enough, we're probably scoring enough, but the defence have had the question marks over them, and tonight was the worst defensive display I have seen in a long, long time for Manchester City. And the attack, who I've said have been doing okay so far, I mean, they've been doing all right. Tonight were abysmal too. They looked like a team of pub footballers tonight, yeah? It's like Pep Guardiola went into his local pub, or went into the local pub in Southampton and said, do 11 of you guys fancy playing in St. Mary's tonight? Carabao Cup game under lights. Do any of you fancy playing? Yeah, you knew. You all go out. No chemistry. Didn't know what they were doing. Didn't know where to be. It looked like they had never ever played together before. And this is worrying. This is really worrying. How you can go from dropping a close to 10 out of 10 performance against Chelsea on Sunday to moving into Southampton on Wednesday, who I thought, yes, listen, they're bottom of the Premier League. They've got their new manager in. I thought we would still have more than enough to beat them. And we get steamrolled like that. It wasn't even like, we dominated the game and we created chance after chance and it just wasn't going our way. We were dominated. We were absolutely dominated by Southampton. It's embarrassing. The inconsistency this season is absolutely embarrassing. And I may be going over the top, and I get we're still in the Premier League race and there's Champions League, but call a spade, analyse what you see. Tonight's performance was simply not good enough. I had Matisse in the Big Six ringing me at half-time. He's doing a live watch-along and he's ringing me at half-time to laugh at me. You must be playing bad for him, 10th place Chelsea, to be ringing me at half-time to laugh. Honest to God, it's just not good enough. We've been talking about our home form against the lesser opposition a lot recently, Everton, Brentford, and games like that. And we've had other ones too recently where it just didn't, Fulham, where it just wasn't good enough. But our away form has to be called out now too. We've got 5 away goals in 6 games. 5 in 6 games away. If you want to win any major competitions, you can score 5 goals in 6 games. 3 of them being at Ellen Road. 3 of them on the same night. How do we expect to challenge for the major honours when the inconsistency is at the level it's at? We can go from dropping absolute masterclasses 6-3 against Man United to going out and stinking the next week. We can drop masterclass against Chelsea and stinking in St. Mary's. Everything went wrong. Everything went wrong. And what worried me most was when we did bring on our strongest 11, it still stunk. It still stunk. We created nothing, absolutely nothing worth talking about. The only two things worth talking about were when Alvarez was just an inch or two off getting enough power on it to hopefully put him in the net, and when Haaland seemed to get his foot up in the floodlights and get a touch on a ball that went up into Rosette in the end. Nothing worth talking about. If we go to Old Trafford like that on Saturday, we will get slapped up. Now, I don't think we will. I think we'll fix up. I think we'll probably hopefully have a different mindset. I don't know, was there some complacency involved in tonight's performance? But what I'm saying is, if we do somehow end up playing like that at Old Trafford, with United in their current form and the feel-good factor they have there, we'll get slapped up. It's not good enough, and it's worrying. It's worrying that we can drop performances like that. It's worrying when we should be on a run of winning games and building that momentum, because every single game, regardless of the competition, is massive for building momentum. That's going to disrupt our momentum. Tonight's performance is going to disrupt our flow and our rhythm. Honestly, people, I don't know what more to say. Everything went wrong. The two fullback, I mean, I've spoke about it. Palmer and Phillips. I know Phillips, he's not got many minutes under his belt, but tonight he was too slow, too sluggish. He's not turning his man quick enough. His touch is off. It's not good enough. I'm willing to give him the leeway for not playing the football, but tonight wasn't good enough. If he wants to have a future at this club, he needs to do a lot better. He needs to grow and do a lot better. I'm hoping it's just a fitness thing. Because by the time we brought Rodri on, the mentality was gone. We were beaten. We were beaten. It just felt like Southampton had done so well. They looked so confident, so in control. We looked like we never looked like making any effort to get back into the game. Palmer, I don't know what to make of him. He's coming under a lot of criticism recently from City fans, and I've defended him. I've said he'll come good, and I still think there's definitely a chance for him to come good, but recently it's not been good enough. Jack Grealish offered absolutely nothing. Phil Foden's passing, his touches, everything was off. The midfield stunk. The front three, poor Alvarez, man, poor Alvarez. He was running and getting absolutely nothing. You could see his frustration. He was working with shit around him. That's not to say he was exceptional, but you could see at least he was fucking trying. Some players looked like they didn't care. Like we were just going to walk down to St. Mary's, walk in and walk away with the win. It doesn't happen like that. These teams with new manager bounce, they're bottom of the Premier League. They're in a cup competition where the pressure's off. They can play the way they want. The pressure's off them. And they played like a team with no pressure. They played like a team that came out to play their own football. They had a game plan. They stuck to it, and credit to them. We were absolutely brutal. You know me, people. It takes a lot for me to feel like this, but this is a build-up of many poor performances this season. We've scraped wins, we've scraped draws, but we have played poorly. There's something really wrong within this team right now. There's something so off. I don't know what it is. I don't know how to put my finger on it. Is it the fact that we don't have any pacey wingers? Is the fact that Pep wants to invert absolutely everybody? Is the fact that we've gone from having a false nine all the time to now having an out-and-out striker? We created nothing for Haaland. When Haaland came on the pitch, I was saying, give the fucker one or two chances. Just create something for him. And there's a good chance of sticking the net. We can't even do that. Some things have to change. Some things really have to change because it's not good enough. I'm worried. I'm a little bit worried now after what I've seen tonight going to Old Trafford. I know it's been a good place for us, and I'll do a proper preview close to the time. But if we play anywhere near like we did tonight at Old Trafford, it could be a long day. It could be a really long day. I'm speaking out of emotion here because the full-time whistle's literally just gone as I've hit record, so I might be overdoing it. Maybe you guys can let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. I took some notes here, which is what I'm reading, and the majority of it is just me saying it's a collective crap performance, really shit performance. Honestly, leave your thoughts down below in the comments. I'll do a preview for the Manchester Derby close to the time. I'm really pissed off after seeing that one. Please, if you would, leave a like on the video. It massively helps. We're getting close to 5k now as well. We're about 200 off, so hit the subscribe button if you're new, and we'll see you with the Manchester Derby preview. Good night. Listen to